Social Security and Medicare. Why the timing has to match. According to the AARP Public Policy Institute, millions of Americans are paying Medicare late enrollment penalties for the rest of their lives. Not because they were careless, but because nobody explained the deadlines clearly enough. And for many of them, the penalty is permanent. It never goes away. Today, we're talking about something most retirement guides skip entirely: the relationship between Social Security and Medicare. They are two different programs. They run on two different clocks. And if you claim one at the wrong time relative to the other, you can end up paying significantly more for your health coverage than you ever needed to. Let's start with Medicare's clock. Medicare eligibility begins at age 65 for most Americans. That's not a soft suggestion. It's a deadline with real financial consequences. According to Medicare.gov, if you delay enrolling in Medicare Part B and you don't have qualifying coverage from an employer, your monthly premium increases by 10% for every full year you waited. Not temporarily, for as long as you have Part B, which for most people means for the rest of their life. Let's put that in numbers. The standard Medicare Part B premium in 2026 is $202.90 per month. If you delay enrollment by 2 full years without qualifying coverage, you pay a 20% penalty. That pushes your monthly premium to $243.50 every month for life. Now, here's where Social Security and Medicare collide. Many people assume that because they're not taking Social Security yet, Medicare doesn't apply to them. That assumption is wrong, and expensive Medicare eligibility is based on age, not on when you start collecting Social Security. They are separate programs. If you delay Social Security past 65, which can be a smart financial move, you still need to actively enroll in Medicare during your initial enrollment period. That window opens 3 months before your 65th birthday, includes your birthday month, and closes 3 months after. 7 months total. If you miss it without qualifying coverage, the penalty clock starts. There is one important exception. If you are still working at 65 and covered by a group health plan through an employer with 20 or more employees, you can delay Medicare Part B without penalty. The keyword is qualifying coverage. Not all employer plans qualify, and if yours doesn't, delaying Medicare is a mistake, even if you're still working. When you eventually do leave that employer coverage, you have 8 months to enroll in Medicare through what's called a special enrollment period. 8 months. And it starts the day your employer coverage ends, not the day you retire. Mark that date. Missing the 8-month window means penalties. Now let's talk about the flip side. What happens if you start Social Security before 65? If you claim Social Security at 62, Medicare still doesn't start until 65. Those are 3 years where Social Security income is coming in, but Medicare hasn't started. During that gap, you'll need to find private health coverage through a spouse's employer plan, through TOBRA, or through the marketplace. That cost can be significant and is something many early claimers don't fully account for when making the decision to claim at 62. So, here's the framework for thinking about these two together. If you plan to claim Social Security at 62 or 63, understand that Medicare is still 3 or more years away. Budget for private coverage in that gap, and don't underestimate it. If you plan to delay Social Security past 65, enroll in Medicare at 65 anyway. Delay Social Security, not Medicare. They operate independently. If you're still working at 65 with employer coverage, verify that your plan qualifies as creditable coverage before deciding to delay Medicare. One phone call to your HR department or benefits administrator can save you thousands of dollars in permanent penalties. And if you're planning to retire right at 65, the timing actually aligns cleanly. Medicare starts, Social Security can start, or you can continue delaying Social Security while Medicare is active. Many financial planners recommend this approach for people in good health. There's one more thing worth knowing. When you do start Social Security, Medicare Part B premiums are typically deducted directly from your Social Security check. It's automatic. But if you're on Medicare before Social Security, you'll be billed for those premiums separately, quarterly, and missing a payment can create coverage gaps. Set up automatic payment as soon as you enroll. The bottom line is this: Social Security and Medicare are related but separate. They have different eligibility ages, different enrollment windows, and different penalty structures. Treating them as one decision instead of two is one of the most common and most expensive retirement planning mistakes Americans make. You now understand how they connect, and that puts you ahead of most people walking into retirement. Next time, we're going to talk about what Medicare actually covers, and just as importantly, what it doesn't. Because for most people, the gaps are bigger and more expensive than they expected. That's coming next. Subscribe so you don't miss it.